As the season comes to a close, it is a good time to look at what Arsenal could potentially look like in the 24-25 season and how and why the changes will be made within the squad this summer. Now, in this video, we're going to go through tactical changes, potential signings coming in, and what I expect the best team to look like going into next season. So if you want to see the potential Arsenal lineup for next season, please like and subscribe for more Arsenal and daily football content. Now, overall, Arsenal had a brilliant season in 23-24, and despite some hiccups between the middle of the season with players in different positions, overall they have found the most comfortable lineup of being the people shown here. Now, there's always going to be systems where the tactics are better in different games, and there's going to be a main system that Arsenal revert to, and I think Arsenal's double pivot is probably the best decision to go to overall, and having Declan Rice as the 8 has been definitely the best decision in midfield this season for what we can produce. Obviously, Jorginho played in the 6 and played very well there, but since Partey has come into the team, there's been a little bit more balanced as there's a bit more mobility in that midfield. There is also definitely question marks around the left wing position. Usually you would probably see Martinelli there or even Jesus, but because of the form and the injury problems that them two have had, Trossard has come in for most of the season and looked decent, scoring a lot of goals. And one of the other issues for Arsenal is probably that left back position. Maybe Timber was supposed to play there at the start of the season, but with his injuries, you got Kivior, Tomiyasu and Zinchenko all taking minutes and all being good and bad in different moments this season, with all of them having their own injury concerns and none of them really locking it down. Now, with Arsenal's potential outs list being quite strong, I mostly expect from the starting team at least Partey to remove it from that, and you could potentially see someone like Trossard come out for even a new signing or Martinelli if he picks up more form. There is also maybe potential for Havertz up front, but I don't think that's necessarily an issue right now to start, but we definitely could see a striker come into Arsenal, which I spoke about in other videos. So the first thing I think Arsenal will do is move Rice back into the 6, which is a better position despite him playing well at 8, and I think Arsenal will go out and buy someone as 8 in the market. Now, there's many good options for this position. You could look at someone like Frankie de Jong to come in, or even someone like Bruno Guimaraes. This is someone that can carry the ball very far for Arsenal like Declan Rice can do, but he's a bit more fluid and silky on the ball, being able to go past players who press him deeply and dribble past a few players bringing the ball forward. And if you compare the stats between these players, Bruno Guimaraes is someone that is going to create a lot more chances, playing a lot better aggressive side. He wins the ball up from high at the pitch and is willing to quickly make chances happen down that left or right side, even switching the play brilliantly, which he's done a lot in the Premier League, or being able to use the wing as someone maybe like Martinelli to get in behind down that left hand side. However, Frankie de Jong is someone that likes to sit a little bit deeper maybe and control the game with his passes. A lot of passes per game, a lot of great defensive work, getting good clearances and good ball recoveries, and having a lot more touches and influence in the game, which could give Odegaard a bit less burden to actually control everything and create everything within from anywhere on the pitch. Now, there's definitely other solutions to this midfield problem. You could use Rice as the 8 and get a 6 in, such as maybe like a Zubimendi who has been linked before, or even potentially play de Jong there, even though he's not the best defensively compared to Rice. Or you could potentially get a 10 and play Odegaard as that left attacking half space 8. This is because Odegaard does kind of ruin the Saka movement, something that's actually been very clear, and what we saw against Man United is when he did that brilliant skill against Amrabat and got past, he then goes across Saka, giving Saka not many areas to actually run, and he should go for the overlap on that right side. It's because he's not naturally used to doing that position. Although he is a brilliant 10 and a brilliant right-sided player, maybe him and Saka are a little bit too close, and the balance that someone like Bruno would come in and give would hopefully free that up a little bit, but Odegaard still needs to keep away from Saka at most times. Now, this will definitely be improved if you brought in someone like Bruno or Frankie de Jong in midfield, because they will do a lot more through balls than Declan Rice is doing. If you can compare the through balls between the three players, they're doing a lot more than Declan Rice per 90, and at least it will help Martinelli get in and create some sort of disparity on where Arsenal are actually going to put the ball through in and build up play, and it's not always going to be down that right side with Saka and Odegaard. Now, this hopefully also opens up the free area for the striker. Now, Havertz, we love him coming back and creating space and moving into it, which is obviously very important, but sometimes Arsenal need someone who's better on the last man to run through. This is where a signing like Benjamin Sesko or Victor Gyökeres could be very handy. Someone that can run through the last defenders while also coming short, but when you've got more progression from the left side from another midfielder, getting anyone that's more of a natural striker will probably be better in that situation. Someone that can hold the ball up as well and also be very physical and good in in the air, so someone like Sesko would be a brilliant option for this. And lastly, with the attacking midfield, I do expect someone like Martinelli to probably be on better form, because I think with the more adaptations of through balls and support he's probably going to get down that side, it actually will make him a much better player going in behind. But if he is to have a bad of a season as he had this year and his form's still not going to be there, then versatile wingers that Arsenal can get could be a great option. Someone like Nico Williams, who could play on either side. He will cost a lot of money, but with his dribbling and great ability to go past players and be quite deadly going forward, making decisions which are needed to make and shooting and assisting a lot of teammates, could be someone that comes in that position. Or even someone like Sesko, who could play out on that left, or someone like Isak, who's a striker, very good at dribbling and can play down the wing, which could give Arsenal even more help going forward. Now, the other major issue for Arsenal is probably left back. Now, it's a place that Arsenal have really struggled with, because this season Timber unfortunately got injured at the start, so you could see him coming in and it be an easy replacement where he can invert and make the team a lot better. I also believe this will probably be the plan for the season, because he has played in left back in most of the under 23 games since he's come back. However, he majority played in right back or centre back for Ajax and didn't really play in left back that much, despite him obviously being 2/3. Now, even with people like Zinchenko, Tomiyasu or Kivior, I think one of these will probably be sold, and I'm looking to someone like Kivior. We probably won't expect him to play as much as he did this season with more players fit, and you could see potential incomings in this place as well. This is someone like Joel Hatto, who's been linked a lot, who's a very young player of course, but with his brilliant passing ability and progressive passes nature, he could definitely progress the ball up and also support Martinelli to keep the triangle formation going on down that side. He can overlap and do good crosses into the box, which someone like Nori could do at Wolves as well, where they get forward and help, but also put good defensive numbers out there. But more importantly, Arsenal needs someone out there who can invert into the middle like Zinchenko can, but they can actually defend one-on-one very well. So someone like Hatto could be a good option, or Timber for the short term makes the most sense. But if anything was to happen to Ben White, maybe an injury down that side, you could also play Timber there and he can invert from the right side, which has given us a lot of pressure this year. This means you could see someone like a left back joining the club, and Hatto could be a really good option there, as he does exactly what Timber does, and he's just a little less experienced. And with the defense being amazing this year, you've got to look at Arsenal trying to get more depth in there. Diamonde is someone I've spoke about a lot, who could come in to be a substitute to William Saliba and can be good enough to start any game. He's a very physical player, loves having the ball a lot and loves pushing up into midfield with it, like we saw Saliba do a lot against Manchester United. Someone that is very comfortable on the ball is exactly what we need, and someone who's young and can improve still, that can sit on the bench for now, is exactly what Arsenal will be looking for this summer, given how good their starting team is in many good positions. And with it looking like someone like Aaron Ramsey will be sold, Arsenal need to try and buy a cheap goalkeeper who's young enough to improve on the bench and would be willing to sit on there, who can be great on the ball, but could also look to get their homegrown issues sorted here with another player, with someone like Jason Still, who's 33 from Brighton, being linked, very good on the ball, or someone like Wojciech Szczesny even rejoining the club. Now, Arsenal are going to continue to play their possession-based style and will try to be more ruthless on the transition next year with more signings. Arsenal, I don't think, will drop any levels and will just buy players that improve the squad throughout it, making sure the squad overall is a lot better and the starting lineup has a little bit more leeway to take off games and have other players come in. But one thing's for certain, Arsenal will definitely change their tactics up a lot, and Arteta will definitely keep things fresh all the time. Let me know in the comments what you think they're going to do, who do you think they're going to sign, and who do you think you'll see come into the team more next season. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments, and if you like this video, please watch my video yesterday where I talk about Arsenal's player of the season. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.